All right, so here's the deal. I ended up ordering a set of letter punches. These will punch steel. They'll definitely punch wood. And you might ask yourself, why would you need one of these? Well, I think this harkens back to a day when tools were valued as something that was precious. Tools were something that could not be easily replicated. Tools were something that had value. And today, our tools are throwaway. If it gets dull, you throw it away, you buy a new one. If it's not the right color, maybe you're a red guy or a yellow guy or a green guy, whatever the case may be, you just get something that's the right color. You know, our tools today are not something that's made to last. I went back home to my parents' place, and it's been the first time that I went back in a long time, probably 4 or 5 years, and you know, there is some tension there, but I went back and I saw some of my grandfather's tools on my father's side, and he had everything marked with his initials. You know, and I thought to myself, well, first I asked my dad why did he mark all of his tools, and he said, well, you know, Grandpa, he marked everything. Everything was his tools, and he didn't really loan out tools. His tools were something that he attached a lot of value to, and so for that reason, he wanted his name on them. You know, you put your name on things that you value, things that aren't easily replaced. I recall reading in the Bible a long time ago about a story. I forget if it was Elijah or Elisha, who it was. There was a laborer who was very upset about losing an axe head that belonged to a friend of his. It was a borrowed axe head. You know, this wasn't something that could be replaced. At least not replaced easily. So, you know, I thought to myself, let's go ahead and let's mark some of my tools. Where my grandfather marked them is always on the bottom here. What I'm using is I'm using a magnet. That magnet will keep all of my 3 initials in line. You know, I got a whole set here, A through Z, 1 through 10. A through Z, 1 through 10. And so I should be able to mark just about anything that I want here. And I'm going to mark this Vaughan half hatchet. I have used this for, man, I put a video out about it. Has it been 2 years? Maybe 3 years. And Vaughan went out of business under the current operators. They have been purchased by Marshalltown. So I hope that they're in business for another 100 years, but I don't know. At this point in my life, I don't have a lot of faith in Marshalltown doing anything other than condensing the value of the brand to the most valuable parts and then piecing it out. I think they're gonna sell Vaughan under the Marshalltown brand now, which I could not discourage that strongly enough. You know, I think they ought to reinvigorate that Vaughan brand and then try to get people to purchase into Vaughan. Vaughan's been around since the 1800s. I think what it really needs is a connection to that ancient axe and edge tool producing past instead of some kind of weird synthesis with Marshalltown. Marshalltown, to me, I did drywall in the past. Marshalltown's a drywall brand. That's quite a different crowd than the Axe brand, but whatever. You know, I'm just a guy in Georgia. You know, ignore my opinion. In some cases, at your peril. You know. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and mark this. Gonna get that all square. And there we go. Here we go. It's going to be backwards on your screen, but it does read correctly my way. We're going to mark this Vaughan hatchet because I tell you what, this was marked under the Vaughan name, and this might be the last quality Vaughan tool you are able to purchase. You know, I highly recommend getting a set of these stamps. Marking your name on something, I think, says a lot towards a person valuing that tool. So I'm going to go ahead and clear out a spot. You know, there are probably a number of these stamps that I will never end up using. But I do, I mean, I really did purchase this with the intent of putting my initials on my tools. And then treating those tools like they were irreplaceable. So here you go. Here's my initials. Mark your tools, take care of them like they're your tools, take care of them like they have your name on it. And maybe in some small way that will fix this toxic tool culture that we're a part of. Everything's throwaway. Everything is low quality. Just replace it when it gets dull. And I really want to fight against that. So here you go.